Wow, 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 wow. A very, very good day to you all viewers. My name is Pastor Floris Lyman here at Practical Talk with Floris Lyman. Wow, what a beautiful day it has been. We thank God for giving us life. We thank God for giving us this privilege to be here once again. You know what? I take it for granted, and I believe if you're alive, we want to appreciate our living because many people want to do so many things, but they are not able to do so. So I want to thank God for making it possible to be here. Please do us a favor by sharing this program, such an inspiring program we're having tonight. This platform, is here for awareness, for us to have, some education and information about every aspect of life. And I also use this platform to support every great cause that somebody is doing. So whatever you're doing, if you want, the viewers, if you want people to know what you're doing, if you're impacting the lives of others in the community, both local and international, this is the place for you. Connect with me at florislyman@gmail.com. Well, please do like us here, follow us. I'm also on on YouTube, Practical Talk with Floris Lyman, and please do join us here. Thank you so much for joining us. As you can see, our title for today is A Gale of Change. Our title for today is A Gale of Change. Our title for today is A Gale of Change with the author, Lady Bernice Langley. Lady Bernice Langley, she's an author for her newly released book, A Gale of Change. So I'm not going to take us too long. I just want to go straight into introducing her. She's not a stranger. She's been on this platform before. But again, for the benefit of those of you who might not know her, it will be nice just for you to get to know her. Right, so thank you once again for joining us. It's a privilege for me to be here with you. So I am privileged because she is my schoolmate. She was my senior in school, and it's amazing how it's such a small world. You've all gone to various places, various stages in life, and you come and you just meet again. You just bump into each other. It's such a small world, but now look at we're here, talking about impacting the lives of people. So, Lady Bernice Langley grew up in Sierra Leone and then moved to the United Kingdom around about 1993. She trained, thank you, she trained to become a youth and community worker, as well as mental health and learning disability nurse. At some point, she started volunteering at her son's school, obviously because she had noticed that her son was having some needs, which that just helped encourage her to do even more. And she took some time off. You are going to get to know more about this. She took some time off and focused on supporting her son. And to the glory of God, her son has finished university at the age of 21 with a first-class degree. Oh, yes, with a first-class degree and hoping to get a job in investment banking. Look, nothing is impossible, honestly, from supporting a child with a need and to that child becoming, a prospective investment banker. Wow, fantastic. So through our experiences with her son and her own childhood story, which you get to know a bit about that, she became very passionate and advocate for children with autism on a global scale. When it comes to special needs, if some of you are in this part of the world and you're in Europe, a lot of things we did not know when it comes to special needs of a child and even also of adults. But our eyes have been open, to these things. If you are here, then you just get to ask yourself a question. So, wow, what is happening to people, in third world countries, people in some of our countries where we've come from? Do people know people who have autistic needs? Do people know people who have needs, acute disorder? Are people just castigating these people around? Well, these are some of the things that she's taken upon herself and carry that passion to see what she can do because she experienced such with her own child, right? So she is committed to doing that. She's also committed to improving the quality of life for children living with autism, particularly those with fewer economic means, I just mentioned that, and more social stigma, both in the UK and the BAME community globally. She has also volunteered extensively within the community at hospitals, schools, and being involved in several outreach programs. Right, in 2018, she didn't stop there. She set up the Autism Gifted Hands, which provides outreach for children's services with autism through sensory play. Some of those terms, some of us might have to Google these terms, because if you don't have a child that has a need, you won't be able to understand, but it is good for our knowledge. So when you find yourself in the place of work and you see some things like this, it won't be strange in your eyes. She's pleased to have her work recognized with awards, including Research Education and Workforce Development Award, and the securing also an Improved Patient Experience Award from the Greenwich Teaching Primary Care Trust. She strives to help children with autism globally through increasing awareness, fundraising, and also empowering them through education in order to help them reach their full potential. Wow. So, one of the things we're going to be talking about today is about her book that she has just launched, right? So, part of that book shares the story, some part of her story, obviously, and the importance of what she does. I'm just giving you a taster. This one is loaded. It is for everyone who knows someone with autism or has an interest in autism. So, like I was saying, viewers, maybe thank you so much for all who have joined. Maybe you don't have a child that has a need, but your neighbor might have a child that have it. We all know from some of the places where we've come from, some people, because of stigma, you've never seen their child that has a need out of the house. Never, ever. But things have changed. Things have changed. There is support. The parent needs education. Family members need education. Communities need education. Anyway, I'm not the professional with regards to that area. I'm going to bring her on. I can see her shaking her head. I'm going to bring her on now, Lady Bernice. Thank you so much for taking your time today. Please say hello to the viewers.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Pastor Flores. Thanks for having me today. It's a privilege to be on your platform again. I'm always privileged. Thank you. And thanks to everyone who has joined us. My name is Bernice Langley. A specialist in autism, and I'm a CEO for World Changing Center, as you all know. So today is about World Changing Center and myself. So maybe we might talk a little bit about autism.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lady Bernice. I think the first question I really wanted to ask was why. I know the topic. We're gonna come towards the book. Why the title? a gale of change. Maybe it's a better place for us to start. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Lady Teresa. Lady Flo, thank you. Thank you, Lady Mariam. Thank you to all our viewers for watching. I think we just want to get on board and let's enjoy from our special lady. Why the topic a gale of change? Somebody might be asking, hmm, what do you mean?
Gale is like a strong wind, which is similar to an outburst. It's like a force. And this force is what um comes on like a powerful force, so it helps to bring societal change, wherein you help to change people's behavior through education. My parents are a gale of change, and myself, because as you know, when we're going to school, education is a key. In some of our parents, education is the key. So what happened is I met my parents have very strong views in education. So they pass on that they pass on that, how do I call it now? They pass on that kind of culture, I'll use the culture, into my life, and they think education is the only way out that will help to eliminate a lot of things, i.e., poverty, will create jobs, will create develop the community. And my parents were very strong gale of change in my community as well as myself, especially in Sierra Leone. So I continue with that gale. And even my mom is still teaching children in the community. She will just call them, come, let me come and teach you how to read. She'll see them walking past the street. Oh, she'll ask me, oh, Bernice, I need some books, reading books. These children don't know how to spell. They don't know how to spell their names, their teacher's name. I said, Mom, it's not your job. They're not your children. Say, no, I need to help them. She'll call them. She'll call the parents. Don't pay me. I will just help your child to read. So that's that kind of environment I grew up. So education is a priority. And for me, going back and developing our community by bringing education is very important, and education can eliminate diseases. It can eliminate a lot of fixed mindset. We have a lot of fixed mindset in Sierra Leone. So by education we can develop into growth mindset where we can expand and able to look after ourselves, our community, and do a lot of things.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. So, again, like I said, we're coming back to the book. You just mentioned about what drove you to have that title, and also you just mentioned you setting up a charity. So, tell us a bit about your charity. How long has it been established? Yes, just tell a little bit about that.
Well, WCC started just after 2007. I After the war, I watched this movie. I always keep forgetting this movie, the name of this movie, Blood Diamond. So I watched this Blood Diamond for like 20 minutes, and I was so terrified. And it is that movie that prompted me to go to Sierra Leone and help. And I started helping the amputees. That was the first project I went on. When I came back, I could not rest, and I set up um, a project at university where we're going overseas to do work experience. And I told my lecturer, I'm going to go to Sierra Leone. I need to go compare the educational system before and after the war. And I think it was a setup for me by God. So that's how I look at it. And when I came back, I never rest up till this time. So we kept going and going, and all the challenges. So education, healthcare, and sanitation, those are the activities for WCC, and they are great need in Sierra Leone, where the children, I used to go down the stream to fetch water with these children, and we used the hill is so slopey, and we used to go down that hill with them and fetching that water. Coming up the hill, I was breathing like I don't know. So I was very angry. I said, we have to change this. So we end up providing a borehole for them, and we rented few centers for education. Later on, we started thinking, because we were moving from places to places within the eastern community, so we decided to look for a property that we can build a school. That's where we are at the moment. So the children are now very excited. So they are looking forward to the school. So, and because they encourage me, they empower me, they motivate me, they are looking forward. I gave my word to them, and we have to honor that word, even though the challenges are there. But I told them it's going to happen.
Hmm. Yeah, regardless of the challenges, it's going to
Yeah.
happen. I think
Yeah.
you just said something just now. Viewers, I will be putting on the slide so that you can see. Somebody might say, "Oh, you are here in the UK. Why bother?" Things never happen in where we've come from. I don't want to mention the big name, but you have such a passion, which is why I do my best, just to support you. And this is one of the reasons why we are here today, viewers. She's authentic. She's somebody, I think I've brought a few people whose charities, a lot of you have come on board with me and support. And as you can see, they put their hand, they put the money to the work. And Lady Bernice is somebody like, you're gonna hear her talk more about this. Her money went into this in the beginning, a lot of her money. And as things were being established little by little, she started getting donors. But you all know it's a huge work. And I want to say well done for providing clean drinking water, for those children. From there, because sanitation is important. If somebody is not living healthy, they are dying daily from diarrhea, cholera, waterborne diseases, things that people are not supposed to die from easily. You started from there. Then the next thing I remember, a few years ago, we were working towards you opening a library for them, because it's so important for a child to learn to read. You've walked past library. Now you're working at thinking about a school. Not only that, you want to now take them to another level, not only them to depend on you, but to help them to be able to sustain themselves. Wow, why can't we support a project like this, viewers? We have to support a project like this. Thank you so much for what you've done. And like you said, the work has just begun. Where can we find, let me say, somebody is hearing us now, they want to say, oh, let me see, can I find WCC online? Tell us where we can find you, and what's the vision of WCC? I know I have some of the slides, but it would be nice if it's coming from you.
WCC can be found everywhere. So every social media page, just type World Changing Center. You can
Yep,
find us on World Change,
that's the link to the
www.worldchangingcenter.org.
website.
That's the website. You can find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. We're everywhere. I am everywhere on the social media. Some people even get upset with me because I'm always posting
That's
and sending
fine.
messages. So sometimes people will say, "Oh, Bernice, it's too much." I say, "Thank you very much. Don't worry. I'll come back to you." So I know I've upset a lot of people with my posting about WCC, but I never get tired. So the ones who love me, they just ignore and say, "Okay, we still love you. Carry on."
Thank you so much. So, viewers, there's so much you can say here, because I want us to go, we're going to come towards another aspect, but there's so much you can say. You can see for yourself if you go to the website www.worldchangingcenter.org. You can find, in fact, I don't think the space is enough, because I get the updates of everything that they do. But you can see the website, it's up to date, all the activities they do. And there is also a section for donation. Please, nothing is too small. I'm encouraging us tonight, this evening, this morning, wherever you are, let's support a sister. If you can't go, there is a saying, if you can't go, your money can go for you. Your £5, your £10, your $1. Do you know what it provides? Imagine, by the time we have 1,000 people giving $1 each. How much
And
is that? So nothing is too small. Let us support somebody else. Let's not be upset, please. Sometimes I know it can be so much and we all have needs to meet, but you know what? The scripture says it is blessed for us to give than to receive, because we are going to receive. And guess what? Givers never lack. Givers never lack. And when we support others, the beauty about it is that we too, when that time comes, when your passion is going to get off like Nehemiah, you need people to support you. And she's transparent. Their charity is so transparent. Whatever they do, they come back, they feed, they feed back to all the viewers, all the people supporting them, and you can see the work that's going on, process by process. So I was just gonna ask, how many projects have you established so far? I know you were listing them earlier on. How many projects have you established so far?
Well, we have sustainable projects which help to generate income so we can pay staff and do other things. We have the sewing project. The sewing project, we get orders, and then once we get order, we sew based on that. And we have the library project, which we develop the children with social skills and communication skills, because I work with autistic children, so I know a lot of needs that children struggle with when it comes to development in early age. So I'm using those techniques and those objective to support them in the library, which is working greatly. We also have the farming project. So we are looking for volunteers or staff to work in the farm. So we've just finished planting cassava. This week we are doing rice, and next week we are planting mango, banana, and orange. And
Wow.
I like self-love food, so I believe in having balanced diets. And the aim of that farming is to support these children, because we find that a lot of them don't have breakfast or lunch. So maybe in the future, when our school is settled and everything is complete, we're going to provide breakfast and lunch for them. So that's the purpose of that farm, and we're going to do business there as well. So half of the crops goes to the school for feeding, and the other half we sell to put it back in the project. So we have another project, which is the charity shop. We used to give out a lot of stuff, but because when we start building now, we need a lot of funds. So we set up this charity shop. So whatever goods they give to us, we sell it and put it back into the project. So those are the projects we have for now.
Wow. So just for the benefit of our viewers, Lady Bernice is currently living in UK, United Kingdom. Peradventure, you are in Sierra Leone and you would like to reach out if you have stuff that you want to give to the charity. Lady Bernice, where is the head office in Sierra Leone? So let's start with Sierra Leone first.
It's in 104 Bible Road. It's on the flyer. If you look at the brick campaign,
Yep,
can you see it? It's Bible
it is. It
409.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is here. 409 by Bure Road, second floor, Wellington, Freetown. So,
And the
Wellington, Wellington is not a hard place to find. It's one of the major cities in Sierra Leone. So please, like I said, if you want any information and you want to reach out, if you're in Sierra Leone, maybe you are an NGO as well in Sierra Leone, or you are just a citizen in Sierra Leone and you want to reach out to WCC, please contact them. Their office is there in Wellington. I'm sure some of the volunteers will be able to reach you. You can also contact Lady Bernice here in the UK. She is on Facebook. She is on Instagram. If you want any information, again, you can donate. You can support. Maybe you don't have things to give, to help. She's here in the UK. If you have books, you want to give away, maybe you work in a school, if you have schooling materials you want to use to bless, even if you went to the pound shop to buy for other children, because I know a lot of us here are supporting other less privileged families back home. You know what, if you can remember her, even if it's few packets of pens, pencils, whatever, books, it goes a very, very long way. But also, as you can hear her, the funding is needed. The funding is needed. They need to pay the staff, because some of those people have families as well. They are not only going to come and use them to volunteer, and not give them something at least for their expenses. So money is needed in all of those things. And the fact that she's, it's a big venture, and she's not giving up. we are not supposed to give up. We need to continue supporting her. I was going to ask Lady Banaisi, and also there is a PayPal for WCC. It's all there on the website. You can make your donation through PayPal. You know, you can access, do it in the UK account, whatever you have, please. All of us here today, viewers, let us reach out to her. What are some of your major targets, your target needs right now? What is pressing right now that you want to see how best you can help in those communities, Lady Banaisi?
I think education is one of the target need, especially in the community. Part of my book, when I was doing my research, I found out that a lot of these women, when they were growing up, they were like dropouts because maybe due to poverty, their parents can support them, they cannot provide for them, so they will give them to elderly men to get married to or something like that. So they give them away. So education was not important, you understand? So because families were so poor, whether it's daddy or mommy, so they end up marrying these girls. So when these girls grow up, they pass on that same pattern to their children, so they don't view education as important. So when we go out to the community to encourage them to bring their children to the library, we said it's free, they're not going to pay. And we can even teach them as an adult that have dropped out. We are planning to open a Saturday lesson group for adults who don't have education. So we even suggested that. It does tell how, I'm trying to find the word, they're not motivated or they don't think education is important. So the staff are feedbacking back to me saying, how can they convince? I say, you don't need to convince them. I say, okay, the next step we're going to do, we've taken all their contact details. We're going to invite them to our fundraising campaign. We're going to give their children books. We're going to give them snacks, because I think when you want to develop a community or you want to do something, you have to show people that you care. You have to show them you love them. And by giving something, when you give
Exactly.
them, they will react back to you in a similar way and say, oh yeah, this person care. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. And I believe when we're doing the fundraising, we're trying to invite people all over Freetown to see if they can attend to that fundraising event on the 4th of June. So we have a lot of pampers, we have baby clothing, we have shoes, bag, adult clothing, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna fundraise and all that money is going to the project. And we have the charity shop. So whatever is left, we take it back to the charity shop so they can go
Yeah.
there.
I like that because you want to ensure that it's sustainable. I really like that. It's like nothing
Yeah.
is wasted. It comes
Yeah.
from here, it channels through the other end. I really like that. Well
And
done.
the second challenge is people understanding of charity. Sometimes people don't understand what charity means, or I am getting it because we've been talking about charities and charity workers have been working in Sierra Leone for a long time. So I don't think they don't understand what charity is. It's just that fixed mindset where they say charity is free, everything has to be free. So I think that's where we have to educate them as well and said these are people coming to help you. If other people don't donate money, there's no charity. So this is how charity works. So there's a lot of education for people to understand, because there are some conflicts where people don't understand what charity means and what's the purpose, what's the activities they do and why they do it. So we need a lot of education.
Wow. Thank you so much. I think sometimes because of the experiences that people have had, you know, people just put everybody in the same box. But trust me, I will not bring somebody here who I know clearly they don't go
Yeah.
by what they say. Trust me, you can rely on me. And I've brought so many testimonies back, you know. So I really want to say thank you for everyone who has always come on board when we come up here to support people for the work that they are doing. Look, you know, don't devalue the little that you have. Somebody else needs it. So today we're just calling upon you all to support a sister, support a friend. You know, we're touching those lives of children that we don't know. They are not our children, but they are other people's children. You know, who are struggling. They're just struggling to get the basics. And somebody here wants them to have a decency of life. Why not? Let's come on board. So, obviously, all of those things put together is what has driven you to write this book, A Gale of Change. Tell us a little bit about this book.
Well, this book will inspire people a lot about my early age when where I grew up in Wellington, Congo Water. Then we moved to Calabar Town. One or two of the most important and interesting thing in my book was I was a very sick child, and my parents were always struggling with me because I have health problem, and I was sick at some point where I lost my speech and I could not walk. So for like a year or two, and they nurture me. I was out of school for some time, but some people say it's black magic or whatever. So, but my parents didn't believe in that. So there was a lot of issue going on, but they kept just nurturing me and pushing me and did everything they have to do. So, and my dad used to say, "Oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Just keep doing it. You'll be fine." So, I am grateful to my parents. They are my heroes anyway. And the other research I did in my book that was interesting was the teenage pregnancy, child labor, and early marriage. Those are some of the things that are stopping children from educating and achieving their purpose in life in Sierra Leone. And we find out that a lot of these children are going out to labor for their parents, while some of the parents stay at home, i.e., they'll go sell food stuff rather than going to school in the morning. So one of our trustee went a few weeks ago and he saw a similar thing, and he said that child labor is still existing. So we have to find a way to educate the parents. So this is one thing we're talking to people again in the community. So we're trying to use strategies to encourage the parent so they can do the job rather than the child go and do it. Like I told you earlier, because things were not passed on properly to this parent. So they look at it and say, what's the point of education whilst we don't have food to eat? So let the child go labor and sell, but they don't know they put these children in danger. And when that child goes out, somebody abuse them, they do all sorts of things to them, which is not healthy for the child. So, and it comes to early marriage, the same thing. That's why we have high mortality rates in Sierra Leone for children. Most of them will pass away before the age of 1. So we are on the 10th, we are number 10th country that have a high child mortality rate. And at the same time, I'm not sure there is much that they're doing because the healthcare system is not effective. And this is why the healthcare center we are providing, we're going to build is for pregnant women and their newborn babies, where within the first 100 days, the woman does not know what to do with that child within that 100 days. So we're going to be educating them. We're going to have a lot of nurses. So we're going to share a link in the future for volunteers, nurses overseas. So, and most of our target groups are going to be university graduates. So we will have to partner with some colleges and universities and hospitals to do exchange programs. So there is a lot ahead.
Wow, there is indeed a lot ahead. But with God by your side and with the right people, there
Oh
are
yeah,
people that He has sent
yeah,
your way to support you. There is a place in the Bible where Moses was old, he was getting to that place where he was feeling weak. He could never raise his hands to give his Father in heaven praise. And he had two people on his side who were lifting up his hands. That's what happens when somebody has a vision or somebody has a dream. You have people that might want to kill your dream or your vision, but
yeah.
trust me, you have someone that will be there to push you through to accomplish that vision. And I believe that many of us can do that with our finance. With our finance. The book she has written is like amazing. She's dedicated all of that money, almost all of that money, to the project. So where can we get the book? Where can viewers get the book? Can you just show us the book, please? Show viewers the book. Pause with your book. It is your baby.
I
It's
got
such a hard
enough
work. It's such a
copies.
hard
Yeah,
work to write. You know, people
yeah.
need to understand this. But because one is passionate about it, you have that story that you want to put out there, it helps you to finish that work. A Gale of Change. So, viewers, this book is on Amazon. You can get the Kindle version or you can get your hard copy or paperback. Now, if you would like a signed copy, you need to contact Lady Bernice herself. As you can see, she has them loads in her hand. I know you've done your book launch and you will be heading to Sierra Leone very soon. But let's support her wherever you live in Australia, Canada, America, London, in the Arab world, because we don't know how far this video is going to get to. Support her. All the links are there. If you go to the WCC, website, all the donation links are there. Maybe you want to pay towards the school building, or you want to give towards, having another water well, being instructed in another location. We are not far from where, the communities are, or, you want to help towards the library. Like she said, they're really working on putting in those places. So you want to help towards, you know, saving those mothers and babies from dying. There is so much. Support her, get her book. Let's support the work that people do, because like I said, one day you're going to have something and you want people to support you. If you've not been in the habit of doing it for others, it's going to be tough for others to do the same to you. But above all, it is a blessing to give. So I think I've done some of the encouragement. What we like to say to viewers for them to really come on board to support you.
We are very grateful to everybody. I just want to say thanks to all the people who have supported us, our donors, our volunteers, our supporters on Facebook. I have a lot of supporters, a lot of donors who are always supporting WCC. We are grateful. We pray you continue to support us. Like Pastor Florence said, every little help count. There, you have something in your hand you can offer, whether it's money, whether it's volunteering for us, whether it's volunteer in Sierra Leone or donate in Sierra Leone, there's something you can do. So you can check yourself and make that judgment, but every little help is important to us at this point, because we are going to do the impossible now.
Yep.
So we have already got a big team in Sierra Leone. I am so grateful to God. Like they said, write the vision, make it plain. And
Yep.
I have done it, and it has attracted so many people that I have never met.
Wow.
And recently, we have contractors who have decided to take on board this project to build it, and I am so
Wow.
grateful. We have meeting almost every 2 weeks. There is a team there ready to do the whole work, and I'm sitting down here asking myself, wow, because I was praying one day, I don't know how to even build a box. So
Wow.
what am I going to do with this building? But God is so good. He just sent people who are going to ease the pressure on
Wow.
me. So all I have to do is to provide the funds. So if you can come on board and help us, and we're gonna create a link on our website, so you will see every money that is spent every 3 months. We're gonna put everything there, whether I do it every 3 months or every 2 months, so people can see, because it'll take time for the accountant to put all the breakdown. So we'll share everything with you. And once you are donating, you can donate one off, you can donate monthly. So we'll create all those apps and put it on the website, and we'll share it with you guys. We're so grateful. We honor you. Thanks for making a difference in our community. I believe Sierra Leone, our children can do so much if
Exactly.
only we have the resources, the trained teachers, the manpower, the adults who can come together and impact that nation. And education is the only way out.
Wow.
So
Thank
I'm
you so
grateful.
much. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, viewers. I believe that we have persuaded you enough, and you yourself can go and see all the work. She's all over. She's not hidden. You can see all the work that they are doing in Sierra Leone. And please, let's reach out. Let's buy the book. Let's buy her book. That's going to encourage her to write even more, because I believe there is so much in her she's still not said yet. And but this is the reality of life for a lot of people in other areas of the world. Some people are crying in some other nations, waiting for somebody. They are waiting for a Nehemiah to get up, to arise, and do something for their people. So if somebody has gotten up, let's not, some of the statements that people make, oh, she thinks things will progress, she has a mind to do such a thing. Yeah, yeah, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. So when somebody arises to the occasion, let us support them with everything that we have. Another thing I wanted us to touch on quickly, autism. You're very passionate supporting people with autism. I was just reading the story about your child, how he's come so far to the point of having a first class degree, and he's a prospective investment banker. Oh wow. Wow. Just tell us briefly, how did you get there?
I went to work one day because I used to work nights in the hospital. I used to do night shift. So I pick my son up in the morning and I would just put him next to the TV. I'll lay on the couch. So there was a day I felt so guilty because I was tired. So I started singing and playing with him, but it was not responding. So I turned the TV off and I went like, wow, something is wrong here. So and I started singing. I play with him. I rock him. Not, it was not speaking. So I got so terrified, and I called the agency and I said, we have this language in Africa. I say fire on the mountain. Then the man asked, "What do you mean by fire on the mountain?" The lady at the guy at the agency, I said, "Fire on the mountain." I said, my son cannot speak. He said, "Well, take him to the hospital." Blah blah. I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to be the doctor for this child, the nurse for this child." I said, "Oh," I said, "Cancel all my shift. I'm not working anymore." The guy said, "Seriously?" I said, "Yes, seriously." So I went to my GP, I spoke to them, and they did an assessment, they referred it to speech and language. And we started doing intensive speech and language. So I was very curious. And at some point, I knew that I have to make so much sacrifice. So I said to myself, now I have to go volunteer in my son's school so I will understand how to support him. So I volunteered in his school. So I was doing like part-time jobs here and there, and I applied for a job at the Greenwich Primary Care Trust. And I told them I can only work till 2 o'clock because I have to pick my son up from school 2:30. So both of us have to work, do the same thing. So I volunteered in a school for like a year and then went back to Greenwich Primary Care Trust. So I worked with them. I picked my son up. So we worked together and I learned a lot about his speech delay. He was not autistic. And so as we progressed, I took my son every weekend. We have a backpack. I said, let's go. We'll go to the science museum, history museum, everywhere they have other children. Because one thing I noticed, our African parents, we don't stimulate our children's brain enough in this culture, because most of the time when you go out, you see the white folks with their children every weekend. They take them out to places to play, to interact. So that's how they build their confidence. So
Mm.
I have to learn some of those strategies, and I make friends with a lot of these folks. So when my son went to take his GCSE one day, I woke him up in the morning, Saturday morning. I said, let's go, we're late. He turned one and looked at me. Mommy, I know everything. I'm not going nowhere. I went like, wow. Oh, so finally we got there. I said, now you understand. That's okay. Now you can go and, add more knowledge to your GCSE English. So he went for GCSE class extra. So when he went to sixth form, he started getting distinction and he was there, went to university. I went like, wow. So he has got a job now as an investor. So he's working for one company. So I'm very grateful, and we have to sacrifice for our children. The job will never leave, job will never
Wow.
go away. But your child, if you don't impact their life, you don't commit yourself, you don't sacrifice, what's the point of working?
Wow, thank you so much for being an inspiration. Because maybe this is an encouragement. You might be here as a parent, and you have a child with a special need, and we have various types of special needs. But she had an experience where it almost felt like a child was being diagnosed as autistic, and she gave in herself to learning. She did not withdraw, because what tends to happen sometimes, the moment your child is diagnosed, you're like, oh, all hell breaks loose. There is no hope. Stigma comes in. You're thinking of 1,001 things. No, the child still matters, and you matter as a parent. All is not lost. Please, there is support. Can you please tell our viewers, maybe if not somebody here, somebody knows a friend. Um, I know we live in this part of the world, and there is so much support available, which is why you want to take what you have received now to take it another level. You want to take it globally, especially in places where support like this are lacking. Some children are kept in the house for the whole day in Africa because they have a need, and their need can't be met because of stigma. So please, what encouragement do you have for other families?
Well, I think most of the parents have worked with the BAME, which is Black Ethnic, no, Black Asian Ethnic Minority. That's the BAME. That's what it stands for. I notice a lot of them, because the culture, the taboo, religion and culture has played a great damage to them. And I think, again, that's barrier, because sometimes they go and they will say, oh, I'm just going to pray, the child will get healed. And oh, my culture doesn't accept this. I have some family who will hide their children in the house and lock them up when they have a visitor. I'll ask them, I said, I need you to think of what you're doing, because now the child is young, you're not worried. When the child grow up, if you don't have a routine for this child, you don't have a structure, when they grow up, they're going to break part of your body, and there's nothing anybody can do. I've seen a parent who is on antidepressant because of that. The child has grown up now. You don't know what to do with the child. So when the child is young, please do not despise the professional. Listen to them, ask all the questions you need to ask for support. You need to calm down. And I'm teaching a lot of parents about self-love. What you don't have, you cannot give to your child. So I used to struggle a lot why we're not getting it with the children. And one day God revealed to me, it is not the children that have the problem, it's the parent. Because it's the parent that leads, it's the parent that's in charge. So what the vibes the parents give out, that's what the child is gonna get. So now I train the parents so they can teach their children. So it's us. We're very reactive, and these children like reaction. So we have to be very calm. We have to be very patient. You have to have a good sense of humor. Sometimes they can make you laugh, the things they will do. And I love them so much. I learned so much from them. So nothing is wrong with them. Let me repeat why I said nothing is wrong with them. They are just different, because your normal and my normal is different. My
Hmm.
normal is I will drink tea or coffee or juice every morning. That's my normality. Their own normality is like they rock and they will do this, their head, and they will do this. So that's their normality. They can do it 100 times. Nothing is wrong with them. The other thing I want to mention, do not give your child carbohydrate food. Too much of it is not good for them. Yeah, it will reduce their it reduce their, there's a word I want to use, I'm thinking of a simple word now. I can't forget. I've forgotten the word. If you give them too much carbs, they go higher. They become very hyper, and that carbohydrate food constipates them as well. And secondly, exercise. We squeeze them. When I say squeeze, I didn't say press too hard. We will teach you how to squeeze, how to do soft massage, because don't forget the brain activity. Most of the time, when they don't sleep at night, they're anxious in the morning, and that affects their education when they go to school. And if you don't give them breakfast, proper breakfast in the morning, it affects their education. They're very talented. They're just different from us. They're they are unique people. You can learn so much. If they know how to read something, or they know something, let me say they know the names and the number of buses, or they know how to draw a picture,
Yeah.
or they practice those things every day. Even if
Yeah.
you go to university, they are going to be qualified there more than you. And that's why they're employing them now at the IT and department, a lot of them, because it's kind of like a programming same job. They program the computer, so they teach them. They're more effective when it comes to these jobs. So don't think nothing is wrong with your child. Nothing is wrong with them anyway. Nothing is wrong. And I think you have to find your child's skills. You have to find their talent, what they're good at.
Wow.
I know few of them who are artists, and they live on that money. They draw, and their parents help and support them as well. So
Wow.
they are beautiful. If you don't want them, bring them to me. I love them.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lady Banaisi. And I want to say also well done to families. You know, like she said, your child is just different. That is why we say they are special. Oh, yes. Thank you for your grace displayed, your strength, as a mother, as a parent, as a guardian, and even the carers, teachers working with our special needs children. Because it takes patience, it takes a lot of training, it takes a lot of endurance, to look after, that child that is special. Thank you so very much, Lady Banaisi, for today, viewers. I just want to take us through our slides again. Please support Lady Banaisi by getting her book. It's on Amazon. Those of you who like electronics, you can get it electronically. Please do that if you want to get it through that format. But support the charity. Go to the website, donate, or you can contact her. If you want to pay into the UK bank account, you can do that. There's a PayPal, there's a GoFundMe. So really, there's no excuse for us. You can make a contribution to any of the projects that they are doing right now. It's a total gale of change. Yeah, something has to happen. It takes someone, to take action to bring that change. Wow. Ibanaisi, thank you so much for your time. I am sure we're going to be able to come back, hopefully, next year, so that you can update us on what has been done in addition to what's already there. But thank you so much for your time, and well done for what you do. Give one word you want to leave with our viewers tonight as we leave.
As you leave today, my message to you is, we are all here to serve each other, consciously, unconsciously. If you go to the store, there's somebody serving you. If you go to your child's school, there's somebody serving you. If you go to your workplace, you're serving somebody. Everywhere we go, we're serving each other, because that's the purpose God created us for. That's why He said, be your brother's keeper. My message is, we have to love each other. Don't wait until something happens before you
Thank
say,
you.
I love you. You have to love yourself first, and then love other people. What you have, that's what you will give. So the moment people start talking, you'll be able to know where they're coming from. And I always tell people, love yourself first. If you love yourself, you do good to yourself, it will be easier for you to do good to other people. So that's why I'm always teaching self love. So we all have work to do. We all have something in our hands to offer in the community. We all have something to make changes, to help somebody. There's a need out there. God bless you to be a blessing. And I always tell people, people who give, they never lack.
Thank you. We
You
can't say
never
that
ever
enough.
lack. Since the day I started giving, I never lack anything good. People will bless me. It's just that I won't say a lot. Sometimes my face will go like, wow, for me, say yes. So you see, God
Yeah.
watches us. God watches over us. And the people who have blessed me, I don't know where they're coming from. These are not people that I know. These are people from different walks of life who have seen what I'm doing, who appreciate the work I'm doing. I'm so
Thank you.
grateful. I'm really so grateful. So I challenge you to start giving. Don't hold anything back. I promise you. It's like
Thank
you're sowing a
you.
seed. Never hold anything back. So go out there, love yourself, do good, support any charity, not only our charity, but we need help right now because at the same time, we're going to be showing you everything we're doing. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me. I'm always available to answer questions because I ask a lot of questions. Ask everybody around me. Okay. So thank
Thank
you very much.
you.
And I love you all. Thanks for your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us today. Wow. Thank you so much. I just want to thank you. I really want to appreciate you. Please, let's support this great work. You know, I bring various people here for you to support because I believe in them and I believe in the work that they are doing. I really appreciate you. I pray that you have a blessed week. I pray that as you give unto others, others will give unto you when you need it. Thank you for watching us. Please follow us on Facebook, Practical Talk with Lois Lyman. Like our page, and also we are on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I bring you all sorts that has to do with life. Well, thank you very, very much, and God bless you. Have a very blessed week. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.